Here we go.
Oh, Jenny, smart backdrop.
Hello, folks. Hello, hello, hello. We should be any second live on YouTube as well, so you can all wave if you want to. You're going to be seen on screen in a second. Yes. There we go.
Hello, Emma.
Yes. Okay, stream seems to be working fine.
Hello.
Yes, I can see people there. That's positive. Excellent. Okay. Music team, can you keep on letting people in as they come in? Because obviously I'm at some point not going to have access to...
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Whoever just muted me, that was cool. If you keep yourself on mute, folks, that would be useful. And I'll keep an eye if someone mutes me, and I'll keep on unmuting myself because otherwise it's going to be a very quiet launch. But we've got big news for you, folks. We have big news for you. So hello out there on YouTube. Hello here in the Zoom room. Very nice to see you all. Very, very cool. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes to make sure we get as many people into our Zoom room as possible. If you're watching on YouTube and you are in the collective, you can find your code and come in the Zoom room, or you can watch it on YouTube. You'll find it out anyway. But it depends whether you want to be in the room, like your VIP ticket. And I suppose, actually, you'll find out about 35 to 45 seconds before YouTube because there's a time delay on YouTube. So you'll know for almost a minute what's going on before people on YouTube. So, hopefully you feel special. Oh, for God's sake. Whoever keeps on muting all...
was me.
That's okay. That's okay.
You jumped when I clicked somebody else.
That's okay. That's no worry. I just thought it was an amusing joke that Music Team had decided at opportune moments they would just mute me and see how long it took to realise. By the way, please don't do that. Right, I think that we will get going. We've got 32 people watching us on YouTube. How many's in the room at the moment in Zoom, please, Music Team?
63.
63. Marvellous. Right. We will get going. Now, anybody who's ever seen anyone's ever seen my screen sharing will know that normally when I screen share of late, everything crashes. So all I'll say is, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Now, the question is, can you see my screen? Yes. Wow, and I'm just waiting until I can see it on the live stream, because then I know everything's working okay. Oh, yes. For the first time ever, it hasn't broken. That was amazing. Now, obviously, if you're on the live stream, you can hopefully hear me. You won't be able to see me for all, but if you're in the Zoom room, you still will be able to do what you usually do and see things. So I've done a PowerPoint because although I'm not a classroom teacher at the moment, I still like a good PowerPoint. It has transitions and everything. We have gone for a blue and white theme to match our fancy Zoom backgrounds. So we are colour coordinated. Green was the colour of Collective College, but today we're going blue and white. So, we shall start off. What next for the collective? We've got some big news today, folks, so I'm very excited. And again, I know the music team know what's coming, so there's quite a few things to go through. I'm going to try and be relatively quick on things, but I'll have to give it time to soak in as well. So we obviously have mantras here at the collective. We have things that we like to kind of live by, take our sessions by, that we've kind of organically cropped up as we went. Things that we say in sessions. One of these things is do what you can when you can. And what this means at the moment is that as all around the world, everyone's availability is changing. Our ability as far as the time we have, what we're doing, all the other things that are going on in life. Some countries, obviously here in the UK, kind of restrictions are less than in other countries and areas. But again, we need to make sure that we're responding, and we say positively, to people's availability, that's music team as well. So we've kind of been looking at kind of where we're going and what we're doing, and kind of looking to modify our approach a little bit, but still be obviously here for you all and with no costs. So we're not going to be suddenly going to some monetizing model of sending us all to Hawaii on holiday every year. So no worries about that. What's my next slide? This is when I forget what my next slide is. Oh, yes. Now, last Christmas, we had Christmas with the Collective and Friends, which, if I remember rightly, was 26 different virtual premieres last Christmas. And it was rather amazing. I think Collective, obviously, we had our own 2 songs, and I think there were 3 songs that were kind of open for lots of Collective and the Friends. And we are doing Christmas again this year, folks. So we are doing Christmas again, which we're very looking forward to. And this year, we're going to be giving you the chance to sing 3 songs. We're not doing 5, okay? 3. We were in a different place last year, so we could do 3, which is hopefully enough. You can choose to sing. Now, some of these 3 songs you might not like, okay? That's just the way of the world, okay? And it may be that you like one of them, and you'll be like, I'm going to do 1. Or it could be that the do what you can when you can means you've got time to do 1, and you'll pick your favourite and do 1. It could be that you've got time to do 2, or you can't decide which of ones you want to do, so you end up doing both, or you can do all 3. So you're able to do 1, 2, or 3. And you're, even if you have excessive amounts of time, as ever, if you're really wanting to do multiple parts for multiple songs and you have that much time, then that is fine. However, I would err on the side of quality over quantity. That's just a general point there. But we will not stop you from doing multiple parts. I know that some of you wear it like a badge of honour. It's like, I've done 17 parts for this song. So we will let you continue to do that if you want to. There will still be live rehearsals, and actually we're meeting with the overviewers and the music team over the next kind of week or so to basically chat about what it is, how we're going to run these sessions. But there'll still be live sessions, but there's also going to be like recorded sessions and tutorials as well. So similar-ish to what we had with our last song, Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, and as well I think with Build Me Up Buttercup and some of the things we're doing with rep songs. So the idea of getting you some resources out there, and again some live sessions. So live sessions aren't going away, but again we're just going to have to modify and make sure that we don't try to put too many of them on for our music team, and also look at the times that we're going to get the most of you there. But also being mindful that if you're in various countries around the world, we need to make sure that we're putting sessions on at a time that will suit as many people as we can. So we're not forgetting about those of you in Australia and New Zealand and things. So we'll make sure we put some sessions on that suit those timings as well. So, songs. So I'm going to play you the songs. Okay? So our first Christmas song is Winter Wonderland. Okay? And it's nice and simple. It's a nice, simple 4-part a cappella version of a song that probably, if you've never heard this one before, I don't know where you've been and what you've been doing. So hopefully you have heard this one. Now, this is where I hope that my sound is being shared. So please, can music team that I can see, when you hear anything, could you just give me a thumbs up? Because otherwise, I'm going to have to then redo some things. Okay? I'm going to press play. And this is our first of 3 Christmas songs, folks. Here we go. Excellent. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is the new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and pretend that he is Parson Brown.
He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland. Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. But you can do the job when you're in town. Later on, we'll conspire as we dream by the fire to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Winter wonderland.
There we go, folks. That is our first Christmas song, and you've got a bass drop. So we'll have no questions, basses, about can you drop the octave at the end, because if you can drop it further than the octave it's already been dropped, then you are a special individual. So you've already got your bass drop there. So that one, again, it's a nice, simple 4-part a cappella arrangement. Nothing too crazy, nothing too difficult. So that doesn't necessarily mean that all 3 of the songs are to that as simple as that, but that's a nice upbeat song. It's kind of like the Christmas song of this year. Again, you remember how high the Christmas song was last year. That as in, it was called the Christmas song. I'm not just referring to random songs. But this one's a little bit of an easier range, and it's still got a nice low bass part for you low down basses. So, oh, whoops-a-daisy. Our second Christmas song, folks. Now, last year, it amazed me that Americans, a lot of you, and Canadians, had never heard of this song. And that is a travesty, because it is a song that I love. Okay, it's a song that I love. And we haven't done also a song for a while with an instrumental backing track. Okay, we've done lots of a cappella. And I love my a cappella, but I also sometimes like singing to a backing track, especially when the backing track is that of an epic song. Again, this one's not too tricky, but it's SSATB. So there's 2 soprano parts, alto, tenor, and bass. So hopefully, well, if you don't find any of the voice parts that fit you in this song, then again, you have a very special voice if none of them fit you. Because that either means you're the lowest voice in the world or you're incredibly high. I mean vocally, not that you're on drugs. So, I am going to press play on this one. This is A Spaceman Came Travelling, and it is, I have to be honest, it's a Marmite song. A lot of people with knowledge of this song, they're like, I hate that song. However, I'm hopefully you'll be like me, and you'll love it because of just how over the top and epic it is. This is A Spaceman Came Travelling, folks. Let me just turn the volume of this up. Again, give me a thumb up when you can hear the music, folks. Awesome. I love this song.
A spaceman came traveling on his ship from afar. 'Twas light years of time since his mission did start. And over a village he halted his craft, and it hung in the sky like a star, just like a star. He followed a light and came down to a shed where a mother and child were lying there. said, do not fear, I come from a planet a long way from here, and I bring a message for mankind to hear. And suddenly the sweetest music filled the earth. This lovely music went trembling through the ground, and many were awakened on hearing that sound. And travelers on the road, the village they found, by the light of that ship in the sky, which shone all around. And just before dawn, at the paling of the sky, the stranger returned and said, now I must fly. When 2,000 years of your time has gone by, this song will begin once again to a baby's cry.
Here comes the chorus. I think you'll agree that that is slightly over the top. And again, if you don't like it, it's quite a fun sing. I'll promise you it's a fun sing, because you get to be a bit loud and a little bit over the top. Some would say camp, but maybe that's just when I sing this song. You don't necessarily have to sing it how I do, which usually involves me sticking my arms in the air, kind of like, you know, just celebrating the big notes. So our third song is something different. Some of you already worked it out that in the I forgot the name of mine and Debbie's session in Collective College where we Poetry in Motion, I think it was. I shared this song, which is one that I've written especially for the Collective, and I'm going to use the word spicy. It has lots of clashy, spicy chords. So you're going to have to enjoy semitone clashes, which I think are gorgeous and lovely. Sometimes we sing them accidentally and they're not gorgeous and lovely when we're trying to both sing the same note. But this is actually supposed to sing semitone clashes. So this is going for that kind of O Magnum Mysterium, although it's not as good as that. It's also going for that kind of Silent Night kind of vibe from from last year, although it's probably not as good as that either. But you are getting this for free, so don't be too critical of the arrangement. Just putting that out there. But I'm happy with this song, and I like it, and it's pretty. And it's called Winter's Still. Some of you have heard it. There will be new tracks for this, by the way, and it won't quite be as slow all the way through. There's some phrasing things that I want to sort out, but I haven't managed to re-record it yet, because I have to be on a good soprano day to do that. and I don't have many good soprano days. Excellent. So let's have a listen. This is our third Christmas song, and you can do 1, 2, or you can go for all of them. Here we go.
But here among the frozen air, there hangs the hope of spring to come, the promise of a golden sun. Still many days away, and here we are, and still we are, and we shall be, for the precious gift of stillness is a friend who needs no
Okay, so All very different songs, folks. So again, it kind of gives you a little bit of a similar flavour to last year. We had 5 songs last year, but with Spaceman, with our kind of epic backing track and loud singing, with the fun kind of a cappella upbeat nature of Winter Wonderland, and with those kind of nice clashy kind of chords that we enjoyed so much last year with Omanium and Silent Night. You've got 3 very different songs to get your teeth stuck into. Obviously, there's more information coming. We haven't got the exact plan together yet because we want to meet as a music team and make sure that we're all okay with what the plan might be and chat about it and work it out. But as soon as we have a plan, it'll be a couple of weeks away before we get started. But we will be sharing resources and going from there. So you've got a little bit of a break. But just to let you know, if you're already in the collective, we are going to be doing some coffee and chat sessions and some kind of catch-ups and things like that. And obviously you've got some other bits and bobs to be working on, which I'm coming on to now. So please feel free to, again, I'm on my phone as well to the side. I can see people putting comments, so I will have a check of the chat later on and see what your thoughts are of some of those songs. So and I'll just ignore the ones that say that's terrible, that's awful, why am I even here? Hopefully there wasn't many of them. Music team, if they do that, just kick them out, just get rid of them, you know what I'm saying? So let's move on. There's more news, folks. We're not even close to being done yet. Now, leave no one behind. That's another one of one of the important little mantras and messages that we use. And basically what this is alluding to is for rep songs, so the previous songs, any songs we've done up to and including I'm Still Standing, you can submit recordings up till the 31st of October, and that is regardless of previous deadlines. We're aware over Collective College some of you are busy, and obviously there were some deadlines that slightly came and went. The upload form that's there for what we call rep songs, so repertoire songs, so all the previous ones, you can upload recordings for them up to and including the 31st of October. The reason you need to do it by the 31st of October brings me to the next fun piece of information. So that just segues into our collective double album, not even Christmas. It's just a double album, and it's going to be good. Now, the pre-sales for our double album are live, so you can go and buy it. Okay, so you can go and buy it. Okay, it's already up there, and we'll share this link, but it's a longer link, but I've shortened the link. So you could potentially even write that down as you're looking at this, but we will share it as well, so you can do this. The actual double album is going to be professionally produced, and it's going to be £13 or $18, and you're going to get a booklet, 2 CDs, nicely printed, all nicely done. It's not going to be me with a CD burner and some stickers. It's not going to be that, so it's going to be nicely done. You will be able to get it. There is an option on that on the pre-sales website, which is being hosted for free by a friend of Debbie, which is fabulous. Basically, if there's a UK link to buy, there's a Europe link to buy, and the rest of the world, and it will be posted out to you by that company. So again, we're also not going to be making the music team sit down and put sticky labels and in envelopes and send things across the world. We thought about that, and then we thought, no, that's an awful idea. So it will be posted to you from someone who knows what they're doing. So, and again, the reason we need rep songs all done by 31st of October is we need to then get it all edited, redo the new versions of all those different songs, get them on, and then get it printed, produced for CDs to be sent out to you, to be with you before Christmas. There will be digital versions provided with each CD purchase. Okay, so you're going to get a CD, but then you'll also get a link to a digital download, which will also have any kind of images or the booklet and stuff like that that you'll be able to have as a digital version as well. And more information on that thing. But you can get that, you can pre-sell that CD, you'll get the CD, but then you'll get a digital version as well included in that. Okay, if there's any change on that, I will let you know, but you will be getting a digital version, so do not worry. It was an interesting conversation with people of like, I've not got a CD player, what do I do? And don't worry, digital is the way I usually listen to my music, but I quite like the idea of having a physical CD to pop on my shelf of achievements, of which there's quite a lot of collective things on my shelf of achievements in my studio, and I think an album will be a nice thing to put on there, never to be opened or played, but it will be on there. I might even sign it for myself, and then it will be worth less than it was previously because it's been graffitied by me. So that is really exciting. And again, the final track listing is to be finalised, but it's going to be full. It's not going to be like just over 2 CDs. You're going to get a lot of stuff on there. Okay. There's going to be collective songs, there's going to be collective youth songs, there's going to be music team songs, so you're going to get a plethora of musical entertainment with you in time for Christmas, and you can buy them for your friends and family, and then they can listen to you sing all year long, which I'm sure they'll really look forward to. But so yes, and I'm looking forward to doing some re-edits of some of the songs from a while back. So, and again, we've had hundreds and hundreds of recordings have already been submitted for adding into the other versions. So if you have already recorded, if you were on the previous versions, what we're doing is we're doing new mixes. So I'm basically taking the previous mix and adding all the new voices, so you don't have to redo the recordings. It will be all the previous voices and all the new voices. So as we've grown and become a larger musical family, everybody who wants to be on those will be on those tracks. So, and that is very exciting. So feel free to go to that web link, and we'll post actually the web link as well on the members page, and we'll make sure we get it emailed out to you at some point, and we'll make sure we put it on the website and the app and all the places we can. We'll just shout. We'll shout it. We'll just graffiti it on walls, and you'll be fine. So we're not done yet, folks. By the way, so when you go on the website, you'll see that there's UK, Europe, rest of the world, and it's just like a standard kind of website that basically allows you to do that. By the way, the artwork may well not look exactly the same, and the track listing is basically a holding track listing. It won't necessarily be the same track listing that's on the image on there. All those things are to be confirmed and finalised, but we wanted to let you purchase it and look forward to your Christmas presents coming through the post. Next, there's no such thing as a silly question. That's another one of our mantras. Now, obviously, I'm not going to say huge amounts about this, but I think you've been sent an email, those of you who went to Collective College. Okay, and if you can, I think that, am I right in saying that there was a survey link that got sent out that we'd like you to fill in? If you went to Collective College, please can you make sure you fill that in for us, because that really is really useful feedback for us. You can say positive things, but also if there's things that either didn't work or things that technically we could maybe look at, it's nice to know those things. So positives and constructive comments. Don't just reply with, "It was terrible, why did I even bother?" Because that just means that you're not being very nice, and that makes me sad. So give us that survey. Make sure you fill that out if you can, please. So there is no such thing as a silly question. If you need extra information, fill it in, and we will do our best to make sure you get the information you need. And again, I mentioned Collective College. I'm not going to mention it too much, apart from to say it was amazing. So again, another big thank you to everyone who was involved in that organisational team. It was a fab weekend, very tiring, but for all the good reasons. So it was an amazing weekend. So hopefully you enjoyed it as well, those of you who attended. Those videos, by the way, for those of you who attended, you'll have access to those YouTube ones, I think, until the end of this year. So you don't have to necessarily watch 53 hours of videos in 6 days. Next piece of information. We are filling you with all sorts of good things today. Be kind, be kind, be kind. Now, I ran out of links that I could make. So be kind has not very much to do with the next piece of information, but it was the mantra I had left, so I had to add it on. Otherwise, it makes it sound like we're not being kind anymore, and that is definitely not what we're after. We've been working behind the scenes over the past few months, and again, like everything at the moment in Collective has been going on for a few months. Try and make a dream a reality, and some of you probably know where we're going with this. But here we go, folks. Here's our last fun bit of information. Oh, yeah. We not only have a date, folks, for our live get-together for Collective Live. which is Friday the 5th of August, Saturday the 6th of August, and Sunday the 7th of August 2022, we will be having Collective Live here in Leicester. And we are wanting you all to join us. So this is the one that people have been asking about. We have we've got a whole 3-day event, so 3 whole days at Athena, which is in the centre of what's called Leicester's Cultural Quarter, an old, I think, Art Deco cinema, but a nice big venue that we get for the whole 3 days, which is right opposite Curve, which is a theatre. And I've found out that during the time of this, there's Billy Elliot, the musical, is being put on. So if you do have a spare 5 minutes or 3 hours, you might even want to take in a show. But there's lots of other things you can be doing. But obviously, we're assuming you might be spending some time in the Athena. Now, all the photographs are actually of Athena, so I've taken some photographs so you can give a bit of an idea. Obviously, there will be education sessions, there'll be singing sessions, there's going to be live performances, there'll be meets and greets. All of this stuff is to be organised. There's a chance for us, most important for all of us to sing together in person. And again, I think it's going to be quite teary. We've been talking to the music team about trying to get sponsorship from like tissue manufacturers because I think we're going to need it. We get to sing together, and that's probably the most important thing for everyone. To be able to sing together, stand next to people and see what they sound like and look like in real life. I'll warn you, I'm quite tall. Just putting it out there. People are still surprised how tall I am when they meet me. They don't quite realise. So that, again, is a picture of Athena, where we're going to have it for the whole 3 days. So I'm rather excited about this. Kind of, yeah. So we're going to have evening events. There might be some special guests. We're also going to give you a chance to come to Leicester earlier or to stay in afterwards. So again, we're going to be doing what we can. Some of you, I'm aware, if you're going to be coming all the way to the UK, you may well be wanting making a little bit more of a visit of it. Whilst we are not travel agency, we will do our best to kind of point you in the direction of things, and we'll just be, and again, even if that might mean that you're coming a day or so before the Friday, we'll make sure that, again, leaving no one behind, we'll be trying to put some things in place so that if you do need a friendly face off a train station in Leicester, not that normal Leicester people don't have friendly faces, but that I'm sure we can be helping in that. So we're going to do everything we can to make it the best possible experience for everyone, and thankfully I live near Leicester, so I think I'm going to book around that whole week and just wander around searching for people who look like they want to sing or that I've seen on a Zoom room. Next thing. Here we go. Where is it? Yes. That's one of the upstairs rooms. Now we do need to, not surprisingly, venues need deposits. So we actually have that venue. So the whole venue, but we need to have a deposit by the end of November. Now I did say that we weren't charging for being in the collective. That, however, doesn't mean I have the bankroll to be able to pay for the entirety of Collective Live. I am merely one man, and I don't think you'd necessarily expect me to do that anyway. What we're going to ask singers to do, and there'll be more information about this relatively soon, is to basically pay an initial £20 or $30, which is basically the same amount dependent on exchange rate, to basically help us reserve the venue. What we don't want to do is lose the venue, again, because it's lovely. It's right in the middle of Leicester, right in the middle of the city, and it'll be a great place for us to spend 3 full days. So there's going to be information coming out about that. We just need to finalise a couple of things on that, and obviously we would really, really appreciate that coming in so we can finalise the venue and then put ourselves on the dotted line. We're aiming, just in case some of you are wondering, we're aiming for the total cost of registering for Collective Live to be no more than £75 or $100, which again is basically on current exchange rate. That's it. That's basically the same amount. So we're trying to make it as cost effective as possible. And again, unfortunately, £75 does not include your travel, transport, accommodation, because obviously for some of you it will be slightly more than $100 to get here and stay here for 3 nights. If only it was that easy. But again, that's what we're aiming for. So if you're wondering what, again, it's not that we're kind of going to keep on increasing things. If what we think happens, we'll be absolutely fine with $75 or $100, and that will mean we can get the venue and we can do lots of other fun things for you all. Okay, and there'll be more information about that coming down the line. So yeah, we'll also, and we mentioned this previously, we're also going to do what we can to help as many of you to attend as possible. There might be setting up donations and a grant system. We're also going to be looking into whether there's any funding or sponsorship we can get to help people, because we really want as many people to be there as possible. We know that it's, for some people, going to be cost prohibitive. And again, I would love to come and just do a tour of America and Canada for 3 months. That probably will be also slightly more cost prohibitive on that fact as well. But again, we would obviously love to see as many of you there as possible. And again, it should be absolutely amazing. But again, we're wanting to put stuff in place to help. But again, we do need people to be able to register before the end of November, so we can secure the venue. Because obviously we don't want to lose it, because that will be a real shame. So we get a chance, therefore, and there's more information coming soon. Not surprising, we've only just come off the back of Collective College. We've got our double album. We've got also a Christmas performance on the 18th of December, which is where our 3 Christmas songs will be premiered in a hybrid live event stroke online show, which again, that's another thing that's being organised, but I won't mention that today. It's happening. So we've got our album, we've got our rep songs, we've got Collective Live, and we've only just come off the back of Collective College. So obviously there's going to be a lot of more information coming, a lot of organisation, a lot of exciting things to plan and involve you all with. So we started this saying, what next for the collective, at the beginning of my PowerPoint presentation, and the answer is so much more. Okay, but taking into account that we know that availability and what you do with your time is sometimes you can't always be with us as much as you were previously, and that's absolutely fine. The do what you can when you can is 100% kind of still one of those central core mantras, both music team and for you as singers. We want to make sure you're involved as much as you can be, but we're not expecting more than you can give. And again, I've just seen a comment saying, may a spouse attend if we pay for it? Yes. Obviously, you don't have to say, no, it's like no one else is allowed to come. Obviously, other people are allowed to come with you. Family, friends, whatever. There'll be lots more information coming on Collective Live. And honestly, I cannot wait to see you all. I really cannot wait. It's it's just over 10 months away. And I cannot wait. So it's going to be rather amazing. So I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Oh dear, there's a Simple Tones. Here we go. Yes, I'm back. So that is our big news. You've got pre-sale double album to be purchasing. You have rep songs to be able to record to be on that album. We've got 3 Christmas songs to be working on before we reach Christmas. Obviously, there's a reason why we're looking Christmas songs now. And then we've got Collective Live. And that's not even to mention the fact we've got our 2-year anniversary coming up, and we're definitely going to have some songs, a couple of songs for that as well. So again, I didn't want to put too much in this huge news launch, but hopefully you are all very excited as we are for all those things. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to close the live stream down. And then those of you who are in the Zoom room, if you want to be staying and having a chat and again about what your thoughts are about all the news, or if you want to have a chat about Collective College and how you found it, then that will be absolutely fab. So for people on YouTube, I will say thank you very much as I end. So here we go. Stream's ended on YouTube. He presses the button and hope that the world doesn't collapse. Yes, I think we're okay.